Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.
Joining us on today's edition of Unity Trend on Unity 93.3 FM, Unity TV. Thank God it's Friday, yes, and a lot of prayers will be there for our wonderful state and of course the country, Nigeria, and even beyond Africa and the world over. So don't forget to say those wonderful prayers even as you go to worship. Iji Adamu is my name, your regular anchor of this wonderful program, Unity Trend. And of course, as usual, today promises Friday being the 12th in the month of April, the year 2024. God's willing, today we are having a full-fledged program from now on. We'll never stop until it is 9:30. So we are having all of the three segments of this very program. The first is review, the second is transit, and the last is interactive. And so thank you so much. Let's just begin just very quickly because like I've told you, it promises to be very, very interesting because of the personality that we have in the studio as always. To my right is Professor Proveno H. Mayi. Remember, he's always been here just so, according to him, is a community service. And so, he'll be saying a very big good morning to our listener and viewer, even right now.
All right, very big good morning to you, viewers and listeners. Could be beautiful good morning. Viewers and listeners around the world, you might be in other time zones, so good afternoon and good evening to you. I want to quickly remind you about your goals for 2024. Remember that those goals, objectives, visions, dreams must be SMART, S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And remember that for you to be great and successful, you have to be a man and a woman of vision, passion, and action. An example is the young lady we've been talking about, Pelumi Nubi, who set out to conquer more than 10,000 kilometers distance by road using a Peugeot 107, driving from London to Lagos. 68 days she took. She achieved her goal, her objective, her vision, her dream. Don't give up. Sometimes adversity is on the way, hindrances, obstacles. But remember to persevere, to acquire what you require in life. In case you do not acquire, don't retire. Refire, refire, refire. And always remember to be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yes, be the change that you want to see in just, and of course, in other states, Nigeria. Today is Plateau, and we will be talking Plateau, as usual. We will do nothing less than that. And in the studio this morning, we are so privileged and honored to have a senior colleague, as someone who is a major player in today's governance. He is no any other person than Honorable Musa Ashon, the Commissioner for Information, Plateau State, Nigeria. He's in the studio, and I'm sure he would want to say Barka da Salah. It's better late on Unity 93.3 FM than never.
Barka da Salah to our viewers, especially those who profess Islam as a religion. We wish you Barka da Salah, and we pray that we will have more glorious Barka da Salahs in a peaceful atmosphere like we had this one. And we are hoping that Plateau will be better and greater, and we need you to support this government so that the land will continue to be green. And of course, the time is now for the growth of Plateau State. The time is now for the development of Plateau State and invariably Nigeria as a country. So thank you very much, and we wish you Barka da Salah once again.
Thank you. You've heard the voice of Honorable Commissioner and a senior colleague, once again, truly want to say thank you for honoring this invitation.
Thank you for having me.
When I was telling the management that Commissioner will be here, they said, in-house, they said, thank you, Danny. I said, yes. And I recall the last time you were here, Commissioner, you told me that you actually, had a stay here sometimes back. It's good to have you back on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, very quickly before we look at issues that we have on today's edition on the review segment, I have this one in a glance. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, has been supported by the citizens in his relentless effort to ensure sustainable, united Plateau. These commendable efforts of the citizens was demonstrated during the recent heat-free Easter and Salah celebrations. I particularly admire the behavior of our youths who relatively adhered to security protocols outlined by the law enforcement agencies during the festivities. Most especially the restrictions of the movements of tricycles and motorcycles amongst other means of transportation in some part of Jos Bukuru metropolis. Peace is paramount, and we all ought to be deliberate in sustaining our support to the government of the day to achieve it. Conflict may be inevitable, but violence is avoidable, and peace is possible. Forgiveness and tolerance are key in achieving sustainable, peaceful coexistence. In 1994, the Rwandan genocide saw around 800,000 lives tragically lost in no less than 100 days. Yet, Rwandans held tightly to sincere forgiveness, and that brought about undeniable developments in the country. I pray such tragedy never repeat itself in Africa or anywhere else in the world. The land is green can only be realized as we support the theme of the time is now. This message is powered by Honorable Felix Apunku, JP, from the Igbo community, Plateau State, Nigeria. Honorable Felix, thank you so much for taking this very platform very serious and sending in your message every day to encourage Plateau people to support the government of the day. God bless you. Now, very quickly, let's go to having to do with issues as we have them. Maybe we start with condolences. Professor Paveno Hexbami.
Yeah, maybe we start with celebration, then condolences.
Why not?
Yesterday, Honorable Peter Vandung, the chairman of Jos South Local Government Council, celebrated his 60th birthday. A few of us friends and those close to him were there, along with architect Sam Outer, the SSG. So let me seize this opportunity. Somewhere. Jato. Yes. That's right.
All right,
Somewhere Jato, he wouldn't have forgiven me. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner for Information. You're doing a fantastic job there.
Thank you very much,
sir. Yesterday, Honorable Peter Vandum celebrated his 60th birthday, born on the 11th of April, 1964. We want to wish you a happy birthday, many happy returns of the day, and we pray for you that as your days, so shall your strength be. And the giant strides you're taking in Jos South Local Government Council, please keep it on, and do even more and more for the people. We pray that God will continue to guide you and elevate you to higher heights as the days go by. Could be we are talking about condolences.
Yes.
We lost quite a number of prominent people. But what you have not, especially for in the interest of time, is that Dr. Ogbonaya Onu, we received the news of his transition yesterday at the age of 72. Dr. Ogbonaya Onu was one-time Abia State Governor from 1992 to 17th November 1993. You will recall that democratic dispensation was truncated by the military regime, General Sani Abacha, in a palace school, as we call it. But apart from being the first executive governor, civilian governor of Abia State, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu was also one time Minister for Science and Technology under the Buhari administration from 2015 to 2022. That's a long time. In fact, as far as I know in records, he's the longest serving Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation. And he only resigned because he wanted to contest on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. So apart from that, you know, this is a man with a lot of achievements in life. And sadly, we lost him at a hospital within the country in Abuja. And of course, like every other leader, he was not without controversies. One of the controversies surrounded his political career was when he said in 2019, we're going to begin to produce our own pencils, and it will provide employment for over 400,000 Nigerians. We're still waiting for that. Of course, there was also a controversy in 1999 when the merger of APP, AC Action, is the AC, the AD, they call them, AD, to produce Olufalaye. There was some disagreement between Ogbonnaya Onu and others. But Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu is an achiever. He's a legendary Nigerian, a Pan-Africanist, and we celebrate his life and times. And we send condolences to the family of Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu.
Okay, very quickly, still on this, it has to do with Nollywood. You know, recently we have lost quite a number of them.
Quite a number, at least 7 Nollywood actors have died this year.
There's lessons as it regards how we should be deliberate in our efforts to ensure our safety when we are on the move.
Yes.
So, very quickly, Prof. Over to
Yeah,
you.
so our condolences also to the family of Junior Pop. That's what he's known. Generally, he's known by that name, Junior Pop. He, along with 3 other crew members, lost their lives, unfortunately, in Delta State when they went out for a shootout on the river. I think very important that whatever we're doing, we must be very cautious. Life first. Because what we understood happened was that only 2 of them were wearing life jackets. And most of them don't even know how to swim, by the way. And there was some degree of negligence, because at a certain point when Junior Pop was trying to take a picture and a little record, the young man in charge of controlling the canoe was busy trying to put his face to appear in the picture. And in the process, you know, he lost control of the canoe. It hit another canoe on the river, and they capsized. And that is what led to this tragedy, unfortunately. Could be, I can tell you a number of incidents of these things that have happened on the river, from Yola to Lagos. Even in video production, even in religious cycles, people have died, you know, in the river. So we need to be extra cautious and careful. That is why the Actors Guild of Nigeria has come out to ban indefinitely any video film production that involves people, you know, on the river, you know, and things like that. So we must be very careful. When you are trying to act a film, you should know that life is also real. You know, anything can happen. We've seen in this world where in a live broadcast, somebody was killed, you know, for good. Even in this country, we've seen things happen where people were, you know, having a live broadcast, you know, on television, you know, and radio. So we need to take adequate precautions. Every member of that crew in that canoe or engine boat should have been wearing a life jacket.
That's right.
And not only that, you would need to have rehearsed ahead of time that there are precautions that you must take when you are trying to shoot a film, you know, on water, you know, in the river. This, to my mind, was a lot of negligence on the side of the producers of the film, because also the Actors Guild of Nigeria has banned actors from participating in any film, that will be produced by those particular producers. So, but let's say, on behalf of all Nigerians and lovers of Nollywood, we can only say that may their souls rest in peace.
Yes, this one is very, very important for us, and my listener viewer will not forgive me and will not forgive all of us, especially because the commissioner is in the studio, for us not to talk about the Plateau begins processes to resettle internally displaced persons. This is one thing we should have started with, but of course we were not wrong to have started with celebrations, condolences, and now talk about resettlement.
Yeah, charity begins at home. I'm sure the commissioner will talk a little more about this later. The resettlement of people back to their ancestral land has already started and is expected to be completed within a period of 8 weeks. The communities are actually crying out that they want this done before the full onset of the rainy season. We are agrarian, by culture and tradition and practice. And 5 local government areas are involved. We're talking about Rion local government area, Mangu local government area, Bokos local government area, Barikiladi local government area, and Bassa local government areas. This special committee, inaugurated by His Excellency Barrister Kalip Manasseh Mutfwang, is chaired by no any other person than the legendary Air Komodo Chuang Pam himself. And they have already started work. They're moving around the various communities, interacting with the people, and trying to ensure that people are resettled back. You can't leave people as IDPs forever. It is retrogressive, it is uneconomical. So these people will need to return back to their ancestral lands and go back to farming, to help boost food security in the country. So we're happy that the government is doing something decisive about this, and we hope that the people will cooperate with this particular committee, and that we hope that all our people will return back to their ancestral lands, and by this time next year we should be celebrating wonderful, bountiful harvest by God's grace.
Okay, I think on this note, Prof, I would have to turn to Honorable Commissioner here, because this is Plateau and we're talking Plateau today, and thank God you are in. So, any tips, anything for us as it concerns resettlement?
I'm happy that, excuse me, I'm happy that the Prof is adequately informed on the issues, because the link between people and their land is something that you cannot jettison. And as a government, while we were campaigning, we promised the people that we're going to take them back to their ancestral homes. And that is what we're doing. That is what we've set the ball rolling. And we're not going to relent. And our people are going to go back to their ancestral lands. And we expect that they will continue with the cultivation of their lands. So that we're going to have bumper harvest, like the Prophet said. And it's not like we want to send certain persons away from our lands. But when you forcefully take somebody's land, that is uncivilized behavior. And if there is need for land and you want to acquire a land, you negotiate. If the seller is willing and the buyer has his resources, why not? We have also lived in other cities. We have also lived in other climes. We didn't take anybody's land, so it's expected that nobody will take our own land too. You notice that in Niger State not long ago, some people were located in their communities 6 years after. So ours too is not an exception. And we want our people to go back to their lands and till their lands, because our people are not lazy. Some people do not have anything apart from this land. And what they know is the agri-business. So they always wait for the rains to come and for them to tilt their land, or they use the water ponds that we have in our communities to do dry season farming. When you sack them from this land, it means you've taken away their means of livelihood. And when you take a man's means of livelihood, it's expected that the man may not live. But since we bless God that they are still alive, it is expedient that they go back to their land. And we're not using force to sack the people. That's why we have a committee that everybody knows. We're not going to come in the night like Jack Butter's government, because this is democracy. And we are engaging the people. And very soon, some are even relocated already. Very soon we have more people going back to their communities, and government is going to help them to settle down fine. Like the Commissioner for Agriculture is up and doing. We're going to give them agricultural inputs so that their agric yield will be boosted more than ever before. And again, as a government, we will carry everyone along. It's not a witch hunting process or procedure or system, but it's that people deserve to go back to their lands. Abunama Akwai Mishi.
Well, thank you, Honorable Commissioner, right now. Very quickly, because I would love Prof to conclude this segment by, Prof is like a prophet for us in this station. He actually would always be there to say some words of blessings and demanding to know how much people are doing to make sure they achieve their goals.
That's beautiful.
And then once it is Friday, I always want him to be in the studio so that he would offer his professorial prophetic blessings upon our listener and viewer to have a smooth weekend. Before he does that, can you in few minutes give us what you feel and think, believe that it has been an achievement for us on the plateau since the coming on board of this very government?
Well, the last time I was in this studio, I didn't want to blow our trumpet, but that's what I'm being paid to do. I allowed our people to say what they've seen so far. If you check what is happening in the Jos Bokuru metropolis, you can see that we are fixing roads. And again, if you ask people that are in the health sector, they will tell you that we now pay them hazard allowance. If you ask people that are in state-owned tertiary institutions, they will tell you that we've given them 50% tuition fee. We've taken all of that. If you ask our civil servants, our retirees, our pensioners, those whose parents died while in service, they will tell you that we've done well. We started revisiting the pensions, gratuity, backlog of it since 1986. And we started paying from way back. It tells you that we're a very serious government. And when we say the land is green, we're not just saying it as per verbosity. We're implementing it. You notice that we brought 240 trucks of fertilizer, and we shared for the people even before the rain started. Because in the past, people don't get fertilizer until around September, October, when the rains are going away. And you ask yourself, what kind of farm will they do with that? Well, in our own case, you have fertilizer even before the rains start. It tells you that we're going to have bumper harvest. And you can see the human face that we're giving to governance. No discrimination. If you ask the people that are going for Hajj, Muslims on the plateau, they will tell you what happened to the dollar-affected Hajj fee. From 4.9 million naira, it was hiked to about 6 million naira. The government came in and then balanced it for everybody, not minding where they are from, so long as they are going under the Plateau State Hajj camp. And again, there are a lot of things that we have done. We are rejigging the system very well. Like at first when we came, people were saying we sent those that were employed by the Lalong administration packing, but we brought them back after thorough screening, after going through a lot of screening. And it will interest you to know that the Civil Service Commission that screened them were not appointed by us, but they are Plateau sons and daughters. They deserve to be employed, and we give them employment. And at the end of the day, we're still going to employ. That is why you can see people going to Civil Service Commission, Teachers Service Commission to get forms, so that we bring qualified people. Because if you go to our rural schools, you will see that we do not have teachers. And when you go to particular secondary school, you see 13 teachers of English. And you go to rural school, you don't even find one. Apart from the principal for the junior secondary school and principal of the senior secondary school, you don't find another teacher. It is only PTA that sustains the system. And that is not enough. So if we want to rejig and revive and revitalize the educational sector, we need to have professionals, we need to have people that are trained, people that have pedagogic sense to teach our children. We were taught by professional teachers, our children too should be taught by professional teachers.
Okay, Commissioner, I think we'll come back and we'll let you give us, it seems you have some more about what we have achieved.
Plenty.
All right, but before then, it's just time for us to go, just 2 minutes to be out for this very segment. So, Prof, I want to apologize. You really, again, should be able to say something to our listener and viewer so that he or she would have a smooth weekend until we're back on Monday again.
Yeah, well, viewers and listeners, The weekend should be a time to strategize, to plan for the next week that is coming, and indeed, for the rest of the year. So please spend some time over this weekend to meditate, to think, to strategize. Again, we keep talking about those goals and strategies. No matter what is happening in the country, you don't have to lose hope.
You don't have to.
You have to be full of hope. Where there is life, there is hope. No matter the adversity. I mean, the people are prospering. People are making it in Nigeria. And you can be one of them. In fact, some people have never had it better than it is now. While others are complaining and crying, others are smiling to the bank, others are, having investments here and there, And that is the kind of mindset we should have. The mindset that says, I can't make it, I can make it, I can do it, no matter what is happening around me. So don't give up. Remember that tough times never last. It is tough people that do. And remember that winners don't quit, and quitters don't win. So keep perspiring to acquire what you require in life.
All right, thank you so much, Prof, for taking us on such a wonderful ride. Our listener and viewer, it's time for just a short break, and we'll be right back. And when we do, you're going to enjoy the rest of it. Stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs some love. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way. It concerns you. It a kill law, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been.
For staying tuned with us on Unity 93.3 FM Unity TV. It's Friday, the 12th day in the month of April. the year 2024. Remember, this month happens to be the last month in the first quarter of the year. Just like yesterday, we were talking about the year 2024, and now we are in for the last month in the first quarter of the year. Wow, no wonder every morning on this platform we try to check and make sure that you are doing something as regard your goals, those things you want to achieve, because if you get to achieve your goals, you will not only be the one to benefit of it. And so do it well, achieve it, so that together we can benefit from it. Thank you so much. In the studio this morning, it has been Commissioner for Information, Plateau State, Nigeria. Honorable Ashom is with me. It's an honor. And we have it for a topic so elaborate, very big, and we just say to it, talk Plateau. All right. Being a senior colleague, I'm sure he's loaded. He started earlier on at the last segment, and I said, no, we have to put a stop and then begin again. Sir, what other achievements, before you tell us what Plateau people should be expecting from this government, all right, what other thing you think is good for us to know?
One of the major things is that people trust the government. And you have to work hard for you to be trusted. When people test you and they get the results they're looking for, they trust you. You can check the unity that has returned to Plateau. The us and them clan is beginning to, the gap is beginning to be breached. And people see themselves as united Plateau. And again, if you notice, when we came on board, there are courses in the Plateau State University. They were not accredited. And of course, the Plateau State Polytechnic. And as a government that is swift in reacting to issues, in responding to issues, we stepped in. And these courses, once you become a graduate of these courses, you can go for the National Youth Service Corps unhindered. And we were talking about how the roads were in Jos. You say Jos City. When you say city, people begin to ask, where does it really start and where does it end? And it will interest you to know that we've tried our best through the Plateau State Road Maintenance Agency to fix roads. And if you go to Sabombariki, where the former Minister of Sports stays, you'll see that it is wearing a new look. When you take the road to National Open University, the Jos Study Center, from the building material market, you'll see what has happened. When you go to Bukuru Low Cost, the Dibizang Road, you'll see what has happened. When you come to the road in Rikos, you'll see what has happened. When you come to Tafabalewa Way, Chako Market, you'll see what has happened. For those that know the old Kashim Ibrahim Way, which is called Dibizang Road now, if you know the road that takes you to Cooking Headquarters, to Central Bank, to the Plateau State Board of Internal Revenue, you will see what has happened there. If you come to Masalachi Njuma, the roads within the Jos City, you will see what has happened in those areas. If you take the Gatan Soge Road, that will take you to Congo Junction, that will take you to Nasarawa, you will see what has happened. And as a government, we've done a lot. And we wouldn't want to be blowing our trumpet, because that is what the people voted us to do, and even more. And there's room for more, and we're going to do more as a government. For us, you remember when you called me when it was about to be 100 days. We say our governance is not about the first day or the last day. It starts from the first day.
Oh, man.
It's not about, but it's good that we give people scorecard, we give people our reports. So in the first 100 days, we achieved a lot. And in the first 1 year, we're achieving more. And in the next few days, again, after the first 1 year, we're going to have more achievements. Like, for example, we're going to have rural access and agricultural marketing project, RAMP, which is going to intervene in making about 80-kilometer rural roads. And of course, there's what we call spot maintenance. That is, there are existing roads, but they need to be maintained in some particular spots.
All right.
That we're going to cover about 20 kilometers. And there are existing roads that we're going to rehabilitate that have been left. That about 20 kilometers too. So if you put all of these together, you know that we have about 120 kilometers that we're going to fix. If you go to Basa, you will find us do that. If you go to what do you call it, Bokos, to go through Murish, we're trying to do all of that so that our people will enjoy smooth rides from one point to another, so that we don't just become urban dwellers, all of us. There are persons who are supposed to stay in the rural areas and develop those areas for us. And not long ago, the Commissioner for Housing said we're going to upgrade 31 slums. Because Jos is bedeviled with a lot of slums.
Okay.
Even areas that are supposed to spring up in 2023, 2024, are supposed to have layout, are supposed to be well prepared and well planned. People just build anyhow. So as a government, we will not allow people to just do that, because the city must be made.
The city
must be planned.
Must be a city.
The city must be a city. And this is 2024. If you go to Sao Paulo, if you go to the city upon 1,000 here, Rwanda, Kigali, you will know that there is deliberate plan for the city to look beautiful. Especially when you go to the new Millennium City, you will see that people are deliberate about their cities. But when you come here, people just build without plans, and when you raise issues, they want to trivialize it, and as a government we will not be blackmailed. We'll do the needful, because we're not going to be in power forever. It is time bound. At least for the first 4 years we should do something, so that by the time we come to seek for re-election, the people would have seen that we've done a lot, and as a government we've done a lot. Agriculture is one area we're going to be investing a lot on. That is why we have a synergy with the African Development Bank, which is going to invest about $300 million. If you break it down into naira, you know how much that is. And we're going to have agricultural zones. The agricultural activities they're supposed to happen around Haipang is going to kickstart, and our government is not going to fold our arms and hands to just allow things go their way. We are deliberate about it. His Excellency Mr. Caleb Manasseh Mufton came prepared. He came with a plan, and we're going to execute those plans in the interest of Plateau State. All right.
I'm interested in the issue of trying to make sure that a good number of roads networks that we have in Jos Bukuru metropolis are being fixed, and already I am a witness to some of this, and I look forward to having some more. But there are some roads that seem not to have been paid attention yet. Let me say yet, because to your submission already, it's like you already know the people's problem or plight. Particularly out of the many that I have, that I know, this one from Tudunwada cut across to Satellite Market, and it cut across to Utan, Equastal, yes, and all the way, and that too would serve a great deal to reduce traffic at the Polo, roundabouts, Gadabu, hill stations, that route too, and I'm sure it will help a lot. It may be not bypass yet, but somehow it will reduce the traffic. So anything about that?
When you hear us say we want to make 31 slums to become a bit urbanized, it tells you that Tudunwada must be a part of it. Not long ago, the governor was at Tati Hotel. It's owned by the state government.
Great, I saw that.
So Tati Hotel is owned by Plateau State government. It was bought over by the administration of Senator Juna Jang, a visionary leadership, and behind it there's a road that can bust through Genta.
That's true.
Yes, behind it there's a road that can bust through Genta, and the governor is looking at the possibility of doing all of those things, so that we reduce the traffic around the Polo roundabout, because we've lost a lot from that Polo roundabout because of mishaps, because of accidents and all of that. And as a government, you can see the route we are taking. It tells you there is a forward-looking route. It is a visionary route, and this governor is not going to relent in giving just the facelift it deserves. And when we talk about 31 slums, you will know naturally that Kabong, Genta, Tudunwada will definitely be part of it. And others too may spring up in the coming days. And again, we will not allow the places that have not been developed to just develop without plans. If you have a plan, you take it to JMDB. JMDB will verify, and they will see what they can do about the plan, and you start your building afterwards. And for those that have built already, there is a window period. You can go to JMDB and fix all of that. Then again, we're talking about achievements. On the 7th of May, 2024, less than a month, our metro buses will start operating. And the ticket for a trip is 200 naira. So once you want to buy the ticket, it's very, very flexible. You can just go online and get the ticket, or if you even want home delivery, because this is 2024 and we're a digital government, we can bring it for you at home.
So you're
and once
a
you buy,
government.
yes, we are. We do some of our state executive council meetings via Zoom. We do it digitally.
That's great.
The governor must not be on seat. I must not be on seat. After this program, I can just step aside and do a Zoom meeting with the governor.
So it's continued.
Yes. So we are tech savvy. We understand what leadership is. We understand the times and seasons. And our governor is a time and season governor. And it will interest you to know that the man that we brought to the Plateau State Express Service Limited, Mr. Samuel Godds, had tried this business on his own. Okay. That's Valji.
Okay.
And the owner of Valji is the chairman, is DG or General Manager, CEO of Plateau Express Service. You needed to see the metro buses. We have 15 of them, 14 on ground. One had technical issues.
So his appointment or whatever it is, the engagement given to him is not just by some sort of wanting to compensate him.
No. He has a budding business. He has a thriving business. And we have bought Sienna buses that will take care of the Abuja routes. And we're not trying to fizzle out all those people that have been having business with Plateau riders. But your car, if you have the name Plateau riders on your car, it shouldn't be braking on the way. You shouldn't go to Fadan Karishi and see you braking because it has Plateau on it. So as a Plateau rider driver, your car must be up to date, it must be well, it must be in a good condition. And again, there are in the buses we have spaces for people with disability. For example, if you have your wheelchair, there's a space for you where you can sit confidently. And there's we don't discriminate against people. And the drivers are well trained. I don't know what they call them. In buses, they call them conductors. I don't know whether because he's a man of ideas, he's a man that thinks very deep. Maybe their name is different in this in this project. Yes, and again, sir, if you go to the Plateau Environmental and Sanitation Agency, Protection and Sanitation Agency, PEPSA, where you have Mr. Samuel Dapia, you will see that we're clearing the gutters and the waterways in Jos and Bukuru metropolis. Because when the rain starts, if you don't give them their way, they will find their way. Yes, they will. So as a government, we're trying to sanitize the whole city. We won't allow people to just make our city dirty and make it ugly. And when floods come, they will begin to say SEMA and NEMA have not responded. So as a government, we have been very, very proactive. We're trying to stop these things even before they occur. The positive things that we want in this state, we put the ball rolling. The negative things we want to avert, we put the ball rolling. So as a government, those are the things we're doing. And if you go to GMDB, we have a guy that is going to help us fix Plateau because the governor cannot be everywhere. Architect Hart Bankard. Some people might not like what he's doing today, but he's making the city beautiful. You can see that we do not have trailer parks again in some certain places. Because if you do that, you will pay us. If you do that, you pay Plateau State. We're looking for tax windows. If you create them and you open them, we'll take advantage of it. So people cannot just be parking indiscriminately. This is a law and abiding city. People must abide with the laws and with the orders of Plateau State. I want to thank the Nigerian Police Force for giving us security when we stopped these trailers from parking. If you move in the night, you'll see police checkpoints to make sure that people are not molested, to make sure that people are not robbed, to make sure that people are protected and secured. And when we want to talk about agriculture, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps played a critical role in the last farming season. We are collaborating with them to do more this season. So we have what they call the agro rangers, so that you don't plant your crops and somebody will just come and cultivate them immaturely, so that we will not be having this face-off all the time. So we want to appeal to our people to live peacefully, to coexist peacefully, to live harmoniously, to love one another, and live and let live.
All right. I'm just quick to want to ask you about, there were times in the history of Plateau State, I really cannot get it now, whether it were in the 80s or 90s, where you would have every commercial vehicle having some bin, some, a basket in, so you don't just throw around anything indiscriminately. You have to put it in there, and the driver at some point will empty it at the designated point. So is that not useful, or you think you have something other than this?
It's quite surprising that we always dwell in the past. We want to talk about things that are positive. We say in the past. It's quite challenging. Today you have artificial intelligence. Today you have netizens. Today you have Gen Z. You have Alpha Gen. We're supposed to do better. But it's quite unfortunate.
Supposed to do better.
It's quite unfortunate. But those years that you were talking about were under military government. There were task force on this, task force on that. Sometimes our people like to be pushed
to do what is
right,
expected of
them, to do what will be beneficial to them. And it's quite unfortunate and appalling. That is why we are human beings. Animals are supposed to be forced to do those things, and human beings are supposed to work according to plans, according to law, according to rule, according to order. But sometimes we like to be pushed. You see people building on river banks, and you know that flood will come someday.
Commissioner, I saw a house built on top. It crossed like a bridge.
Yes.
The waterway from one end to the other.
Yes.
And they just provided a deck, and that room is seated on it.
If you demolish that house, they will say your government is wicked. And the man that is wicked to his family. The man is wicked to the state, because when it happens, they will say flood in Apata, Plateau State.
And you know,
and that will be the headline.
Is prone to that.
It's not just Apata. You can see our hills, not far from you. You go to Fudawa, you go to Nabor, you go to the hills that will take you to Maza. You see people building cubicles. If there's fire outbreak, the fire vehicles cannot have access.
Yes.
People built on one plot about 4 or 5 houses. You will see their decking facing each other like they're in a romance relationship. You begin to ask yourself, what has happened to us as a people? Shouldn't we do things the right way? And you see the flank that is going to this Baptist high school. You see some houses you think is a toilet that somebody is building. It's not fair to the city. You say city upon the hill, but ours is slum upon the hill. We're not saying people shouldn't build on the hill, but you must have a plan. You must do according to plans. You must build beautiful places, because if you go to certain places, not as if the houses are very, very expensive, but uniformity, they follow order. There are streets, there are lines, there are closes, there are crescents and all of that. But when people build, sometimes they don't even have access road. They want to dwell on government's road to park their cars. Or if you go in the evening to some communities, if you see how they park a canapé, you will think that they are paying government and they're doing it for free and they're cubicling government road. It's not fair. We must think and act like human beings. We must think and act like Nigerians that are patriotic, that we want our state and our country to grow. But once you want to fix certain things, you face some resistance. But as a government, we're ready for the resistance.
All right, thank you very much. And now it's like there is these feelings, and some are of the opinion that is it that the government of the day is not fully ready yet to have implemented the Executive Order 003/2024, you know, because people feel that there's no enough bypass and or truck terminals. So should it be now?
My brother, if you want to wait for everything to be fixed, you will not fix anything. The order has started. It has a human face.
Yes.
And when people talk about truck terminals, government must not do it alone.
All right.
The owners of these trucks are billionaires. They are millionaires. And it's a business.
It's a business.
Do you understand? There must be some public-private partnership.
All right.
If you want to engage, there is what they call build, operate, and transfer, BOT. And government can provide a land for you, or you can even buy a land. So if you buy a land, for example, if you buy a land, for example, and you build a terminal, they will come and patronize you.
Yes.
So I'm giving you a business opportunity. So our government has created business opportunity for people. Right. So there are exit routes. You know that when people are coming from the northeast, they follow through Babali.
The land there.
You know when they are coming from the northwest, they come through Jingir, through Nepa. So, you know when they are coming from the north central and southern part of Nigeria, they come through Marraban Jama'a, Hawan Kibo, or they come through Mangu. So build these things too. As a government, yes, sometimes we make decisions that the people might not be comfortable all through.
All through.
Yes, because when you're sick and you're going under the surgeon's knife, you might not like it, but at the end of the day, is your health you're looking at. So we're looking at the health of Plateau State, we're looking at the sanity of Plateau State. The Executive Order 003 is in the best interest of Plateau. We wouldn't want to say
segregation.
Yes, no. We wouldn't want to say you should pay 500k. If you're scared of paying 500,000 naira, follow the law, obey the law. It's simple. If you want to come to Jos and pass through the city, come by 9 o'clock. Nobody stops you. You take off at the time that you think you arrive Jos by 9 o'clock. And again, if you think you are in a haste, to offload your goods. When you stay outside the city, J5 will bring it for you to the city.
Okay.
It has happened in other cities. You understand?
So for us?
For us, it's not a big deal. Right. Then for those that are freelancing around terminals and other places on our rail tracks, because when a railway takes off, you know, we have railway again. Yes. So for people that are 30, 20 years, they've never had railway in their lifetime. But Mr. Caleb Muftuan is going to give you that opportunity. So that would be democracy under the PDP, under His Excellency Mr. Caleb Muftuan has brought that opportunity. Okay. If not for some few challenges, we have brought in the coaches, we have brought in the locomotives, and all that is left is take off. And we are hoping that very, very soon we're going to take off. And again, we're planning with the KK riders to have compressed natural gas engines. And as you are converting from this PMS to CNG, we're taking your records. So that we don't just then make KK people to close by 6 or 7. You know, once you see them above 7 o'clock, it's illegal. Excuse me. So we want a situation whereby our economy will flourish in AM, that's in the morning or daytime, and it will flourish in PM. So we're going to have an AM, PM economy, so that people will enjoy themselves. I like it when Andrew Gogun will say one time he came to Jos, it was late, and he was at Bauchi Road Motor Park, and his friend took him to Angorogo, and he slept there. Yes. Lovely. Do you understand? We want to see more. Let's go back to those days. Let's go back to those days. You know, we have had iftar with the Muslim community in engaging for this Order 003 to take effect. I have interfaced with CAN and JNI. Where did I interface with JNI? The Masalat in Juma. And I didn't see it as a strange environment. It is the people that we grew up knowing. Alhaji Sanim Muazu, Bashir Sati. These are people that we know. You understand? So, and I always tell people, let's live and let live. Like, for example, I was given birth to in another land. Wow. People too can be given birth to in our own land. That's the civilization. And it tells you that we're growing. Because if you are alone in this land, you won't enjoy it, you won't like it. That's why sometimes people listen to Unity, they listen to other radio stations too. Because that's the spice of life. Variety is the spice of life. So as a government, we want to admonish Plateau citizens to give us the necessary support, to pray for us. When we fail, Plateau has failed. When we succeed, Plateau has succeeded. But your success is dependent on the people's support. Thank you very much. And again, we have come well kitted, we have come well informed, we have come very ready, and we're going to dish out the dividends of democracy to the best of our ability under the leadership of His Excellency. The time is now, Captain. Okay. The land is green leader, Barrister Caleb Manasseh Muftuan. Okay, very quickly, let me take you by surprise, and I know very well that you're capable. So, would you tell me the relationship of the present government with Plateau people scattered all over this world? Do you have anything to bring them in? Because, of course, for someone to be away from Plateau, it tells you already that this individual or group of individuals must have been people that are well informed and are making wonderful contributions wherever they are right now, and they are Plateau people. Do you have any whatever plans to bring them in so that they can, you know, dish out their contributions to make it? The problem with this government is that it has dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. Okay. In Abuja, we have a liaison. In the past, it was the directorate now. Before, it was a liaison. In Abuja, we have the directorate, the one that is in charge of the National Assembly. We also have one that is like a technical assistant that is in charge of the diaspora. It is our relationship with the diaspora that brought in the business that we would have executed with Wyclef Jean, where we have the talent hub. Wyclef Jean, a popular musician, one that sang Diallo, Diallo, similar to Stephen Biko. He was going to come and open a talent hub at Maraban Jama'a. Yes. And our governor has interfaced. You remember one time he was in the US. He has interfaced with the business community, with our sons and daughters that are doing well in the diaspora. And again, when we came in, we went to Abuja to meet all Plateau citizens that are in the directorship cadre of the Federal Civil Service to see how we can get rooms for employment. And it will interest you to know that for the first time we had that kind of meeting. And there are meetings that we had too with our sons that are in services I wouldn't want to see on radio, so that they will help us with the nature of our security on the Plateau. In that meeting, you'll be surprised to know that yes, we have a permanent secretary. You know, the permanent secretary, Ministry of Health, is from Plateau State. Great. Then the directors, deputy directors, and assistant directors, because they are going to grow too. We don't know to what length and level. So we had an interface with them, and we laid bare our issues, our challenges, and how they can step in. And for the diaspora community, Manji is our SA on the diaspora. He's well traveled.
That's great.
He's well exposed. No, I told you that the governor has dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. And when there are rooms or windows for us to take advantage, we do all of that. And it interests you to know that the Commissioner of Agriculture was a banker. In the bank, he was in the agric desk, and he read agric in university in Bauchi, and he became a staff of the United States Agency for International Development. There are benefits we're going to enjoy by that relationship. There are interventions that were hitherto limited to 11 states. Plateau has just been added to it. It's an agricultural intervention. So our people should just be ready. There's a new sheriff in town. There's a governor that understands governance on seat, and is going to dish out the
Commissioner. So I'm not skeptical. I'm not afraid to ask you just any question.
Go ahead, please.
And now, please, you see, the issue of our youth. There's the prospect, should I say, the future of Plateau State, and of course of Nigeria. We have a situation at the moment where most of them into some unhealthy, way of life. So, but of course, we need them. They're our children. We in fact, we praise God because we have them. We're growing in to take the mantle of leadership sometimes. So, any plans?
Not long ago, the Ministry for Youth and Social Development, Youth and Sports Development, under the leadership of my younger brother, Honorable Bashir Lawandidati, is collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture to train 20 youths per local government. The economy is biting very hard. As politicians, I can tell you that reliably, because we know the number of persons that give us phone calls, that come to our homes in the morning, come to our offices and all of that. And as a government, we are youth-centric. Our policies, the things we do, the engagements we have had, it tells you that we have the youths at heart. So these 2020 youths will be engaged. They are between 18 and 35, and they will be engaged in agricultural business, and at the end of the day will be given starter packs. Then if you go back to our local government, maybe apart from the local government chairman, all the other persons in the leadership are below 40, except maybe if there's a local government that somebody did declaration of age or circumvented the process. But the governor, in trying to see that the youths are carried along, did all of that. And not long ago, some people were complaining that we had 240 SAs. All of them are young people. They need to be carried along. Their leadership, people must be tutored. Some are born leaders, but you must be trained. You must be tutored. You must be mentored. And this is mentorship. Not long ago, I was SA Media and Protocol to Senator Eddie Young. Today, I am Commissioner of Information. So it's not a new environment. It's an environment that I'm comfortable. It's my muster point. It's my buffer zone. So these are the things that we're doing for people. We're giving them mentorship. We're giving them tutelage. And again, the Hitler Patok, who was the Youth Directorate and DG, is now SA Youth Engagement. Plenty grammar, sweet appointments. If you check what the governor is doing, women are being carried along. In the State Executive Council, the Deputy Governor of Plateau State is a woman. Maybe Plateau and Kaduna. I don't know whether you know another state again that we have women as Deputy Governors.
Now, as you say.
Do you understand? So Plateau is a trailblazer. Plateau State is a forerunner. And we are pace setters. And if you check the Commissioner for Higher Education on the Plateau is a woman. Commissioner of Finance is a woman. Commissioner of Tourism, Hospitality and Culture is a woman. And of course the Commissioner of Women Affairs, unlike other states. And the Commissioner of Women Affairs on the Plateau is, I think, 40 or 41 years old. So it tells you that she's a youth and she's a woman. Okay, she's a young woman because 40 cannot be a youth anywhere in the world except if you have defeated yourself.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. Now it's time for us to go on a very, very short break. When we come back from this break, it's going to be time for our listener and viewer to join the conversations. By the way, remember we're streaming live on Facebook and it's Unity Radio FM/TV. Just drop your comments. We'll be right back.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your tax taxpayer mansion. How was your
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It kill love, it kill dreams. It land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again.
Right, thank you for staying tuned with us on Unity 93.3 FM, Unity TV. This is Unity Trend and is the last segment of Unity Trend this morning. Today is Friday and thank God it is. In the studio it has been Commissioner for Information, Plateau State, Nigeria, Honorable Musa Ashon. Now it's time for you to join. Our studio line is put in actually. Remember I told you that we are streaming live on Facebook and you can connect with us at Unity Radio FM/TV. Just drop your comments. I get to read them when the time comes. And for text messages, you can do that via a phone number 0808 478 9999. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, and as much as it concerns Plateau, we are in for Talk Plateau this morning. So you may now begin to join the conversation. If you call, please just tell me your name and location. In a minute, let's have your submission so that some other caller might have that time also to make his or her own contributions. Please remember, comments made on this platform are not in any way the position of Unity 93.3 FM, and of course do well not to confront or make statements or comments that are in their nature defamatory or derogatory, and I will not tolerate any of such that is there to undermine the capacity or integrity or personality of my guest or any member of Unity FM. Thank you. Let's begin to pick your calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you. Your name?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Shirye. I'm calling from Shirye.
Please, Sadiq Umar, thank you for calling. You have just a minute.
I want to commend our capable commissioner for giving us some information about the achievements in class system.
All right.
We are raised a lot of achievements like the senior of the program approved very because like this have not been benefited from democracy for the past 8 years. There is the instrument of PDP, the leader of the country now, the caliber of people like the commissioner in the house. We have seen a lot of things in class system. Even the have testified that class system has changed. This is very, very recommended.
Thank you.
So all the main is that the people should give them the cooperation.
Thank you so much, Sadiq Umar.
And order. Let the government understand that this order is for the benefit of all.
Thank you so much, Sadiq Umar.
Executive order that the people have been complaining of. Because when you look at the plastic, we need to develop like this so that it really call a system.
Thank you so much, Sadiq Umar. Today, the commissioner is in the studio, and I would love to have as many of you who would want to call. So he is listening, and it means that Plateau State government is here. So please, in a minute, let's have all of your submission. Hello, good morning.
Could be good morning.
Thank you so much.
My order at the top. Good morning.
Good morning, my
Good morning.
brother.
This is a juicer for Joshua.
You have a minute, please go on.
Thank you very much. My order, you forget to remember the people that are listening about Apata Road, which I personally invite could be in the studio here to come and witness.
Yes.
And the road of Apata now is like express. The road is completed about 3 days ago. So there's the information that I want to give the audience that are listening to us this morning.
Thank you so much.
And my brother, you are speaking very, very well. And the government of the day, anybody that don't love the governor of the day in Plateau is on his own.
Thank you.
Because this man is man of integrity. It's not I'm supporting him or because of I'm carrying my hand off for him. He's doing well.
Thank you so much.
Carry everybody along on Plateau.
Thank you
Good
so
morning,
much.
my brother.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jutsat. You made a wonderful use of your time. Okay, 070-3235-3315 is the studio line. 070-3235-3315. In a minute, let's have your submission. Please. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you very much.
Your name?
The voice of Plateau State, emanating from Angwarukuba.
The voice of Plateau State emanating from Angwarukuba and spreading all over the world. You have a minute, please.
Hey, comrade, I don't ask you about Solomon. Thank you for having me. God bless you, sir.
And you too, for
I want
calling.
to greet the Masu of the state, Honorable Commissioner for Information.
You're welcome.
God bless you, sir.
You're welcome.
You see, the town is now mantra on the Plateau. Is the government of the people, by the people after the people.
Okay.
There is real democratic operation on the Plateau, and there is evidence of democracy. We continue to appreciate this particular administration. Bring people, working with people, carry people along. I don't have this administration as they sustain
Thank you.
particular action and the plans to participate.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate this government.
Thank you so much. And on Facebook, this one says, good morning, sir. Good morning to Prof. God bless Unity FM. God bless you, Kubi, and the guests. Please, sir, we in Genta Mangoro, Genta Adamu, waiting patiently for the roads to be fixed. Please. And he said, please. And it's from Victor Bamshak. Thank you, Bamshak. A very active young man there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kubi.
Thank you. Good morning.
And our Honorable Commissioner for Information.
Thank you.
I'm calling you from Angorogo.
It's good to have you. Please, you have a minute. Go on.
Thank you. You see, based on what the governor has been doing in terms of urban planning, the way I've been doing in terms of planning and the signing he has done within his time of office, more than 1,000. You see, when you are able to meet people, and people make inquiry in terms of development, and you are able to sign their documents. You leave the ground free. It's not like practical time when for the Commissioner for Information.
Please.
Thank you.
In these metro buses that our governor is bringing and they train, is it a government that will be managing it, or will it be assigned to individual? And secondly, Commissioner, you remind the governor about our free days from Babane to Dondon. Please, don't forget.
Thank you. All right, the sun says good morning to Beatrice, the Muku B, and the professor in the studio. I am watching you live from Ricos and Cementi. My regards to the commissioner. The time is now and the land is green. My advice to Plateau State government to stand up and work hard on issues of electricity and our area Ricos of till now. Our road is not fixed. Please do something about it. And it's come from Aminu Abdullahi. Thank you, Aminu Abdullahi. And another one here very quickly saying, good morning, gentlemen in the studio. I salute for you for doing a wonderful job. Actually, Kubi, you are working hardly to spread the peace between the community and communities. May God increase you, please. Bless you with harmony and understanding to your life. Amen is a prayer to me. In addition to that, of what wish will have benevolent leaders in our country. I am Abdurrahman Yusuf from Kadede. We have a good Friday. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Hello, good morning. Hello, okay. Please, if you would want to call, just make sure you stay away from your radio set. Hello, good morning. Hello. 070323533315 is the studio line. This one is saying good morning, gentlemen in the studio. I salute for doing a wonderful job. Okay, I read that one already. Good morning, Kubi, respectful professor and honorable commissioner. Actually, His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang is doing amazing in terms of road construction, improving transportations by decongesting the city and carrying Plateau, everybody along in the whole Plateau. The matter of fact, I regret for not voting His Excellency as governor. Thank you for being sincere. Keep on doing the good work. We are indeed benefiting a lot. I am Yusuf Lawan Sani from Bauchi Ring Road. Thank you. You know, we are civilized in a way. You know, in other climes, you don't have to hide who you vote. You will not be victimized. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kodu.
Thank you. Your name?
I'm the Honorable Commissioner in the House.
Thank you.
Before now, I was looking at the Honorable Commissioner as a kind of anti-Muslim and anti-non-citizen in Plateau. But with all that he has said today, I now have a kind of mindset. Oh my! Especially on the issue of this Hajj, that we were looking at the news last week, and we now see the state that actually completed the Hajj money for the people that are going for the Hajj. We are looking at the governors that actually completed the money, and Plateau State wasn't among the people that did that. So what the commissioner has said now, we now know, because there are people that were complaining. Some of them are saying that Plateau State cannot even do that. But now that the commissioner has said it, I said, so maybe when this kind of thing happens, why not the commissioner will now come to the radio and announce that, or maybe, you know, advertise and say it on the radio, so that people will know, because our people doesn't listen to other radio stations, they only listen to this radio station, which is Unity FM.
Thank you.
So when they announce it, and the people will know, and they know the good thing that the government have done. So please, with all the commissioner has said today, I now have a vote in Plateau State that Unity will come.
Inclusive.
That is what before. Thank you very much.
Please, okay, the commissioner is here to respond. And
religious issues are very, very sensitive issues.
They are.
You don't know me very well, maybe. Yeah. And you know, when people have a mindset about you, whatever you say, they look at it from another angle. I didn't create anybody in this life. I don't have the power to create, so I don't blame people for belonging to a particular religion. You don't know me very well. I don't want to give you my history on radio. And on the Hajj matter, Plateau, I think, was one of the first states to complete the payment for its pilgrims.
Government intervention.
Plateau State government, His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang. And if you know the history of Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board on the Plateau, you know that before we came in, there was a problem. And when the governor came in, he offsetted all those issues.
Wow.
even before these Hajj operations started. So we've had a pending issue that we have resolved, and those that are going for Hajj now, I think the money was around 4.9 million. Then it was jacked to about 6 million naira. The governor has paid for everybody on the plateau that is going on Hajj.
Wow.
So it is not about religion or stuff. This governor was given back to Wosasa. Me, I was given back to Mfontua in Katsina State.
Yes.
So you should understand that we are urban people, that we are urban, we are human and humane. We understand these things. We allow people to live and let live. We have Muslim friends, we have Muslim relations, we have Muslim neighbors. So we are not cubicle to
in-laws and all that.
We are Christians unapologetically. We will forever be Christians. But we don't hate people because they are Muslims. It will shock you to know that we're well traveled, and there are countries that we go that they are not Christian, neither are they Muslims.
Yes.
The cow that yesterday we slaughtered for Salah, some people it is their god.
Yes. So
I'm too exposed and experienced to deal with people based on their religion, please.
It's for the interest of
it's the interest of humanity is what comes first. Before we are Christians and Muslims, we are human beings in the first place. And when we became Christians, it was not like there was a revelation. In HAUSA they call it wahi. It's not as if you were sleeping. For example, they say, Muhammad, you must be a Muslim. I was sleeping and they said, Musa, you must be a Christian.
Yes.
It is because our families are either Christians or Muslims, and we are given birth to in those communities, and we grew up that way. Except for a few persons that along the line, they had encounters and they made their decisions.
Yes,
but in Africa, our religion is hereditary.
Yes, mostly.
We started from African traditional religion.
Yes. Today
we are Muslims or Christians. And there are other religions too, so I don't judge people based on their faith.
Right.
Ike Kalu, you spoke about one bridge around Babale. It will interest you to know that I schooled in Babale. So Babale is my community.
As well.
And you know I'm from Zandi, there's no road there too. Like if you want to sweep your room, you start from one position before you finish sweeping. Yes. So as a government, we're just going to be a year. Support us for 8 years and you'll see the wonders we'll do to Plateau State. Because after these 4 years, we're going to give you more dividends of democracy in the next 4 years. This governor is poised at developing Plateau State. This governor came ready. This governor has a manifesto. This governor came with a game plan. This governor came with a work plan, and he's going to execute it in the interest of Plateau State.
And I really pray that this is not some sort of strategic campaign.
No. Like I told you, if you check how the governor campaigned, it was engagements. He didn't go on rallies. He brought a new way of campaigning on the plateau. He went to different local governments, sat down with the stakeholders, and he came with the research team, looked at the problems, and he had the solutions for them and how to go about them. You remember when Prof was speaking about SMART, S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound. Yes. And all of those things, we have ticked all those boxes. And it's time for governance, and people are seeing it. Like, let me shock you. The man that called, I got a lot of pressure when the governor started with the recourse road and when he moved to Masalachi Juma. People are saying, these are Muslim dominated areas. Why will you do it? And the question we ask, is it not in Plateau State? It will take Plateau State money to keep this state.
Muslims not
Muslims
not
part of
Plateau
they are
people?
not Nigerians, are they not Plateau people? So we don't look at these things from that angle. We are not cubicled by these filial trivialities. We are not moved by sentiments. There are deals that if you are a businessman, you know that there are deals that you get from Muslims. Will Dangote and Femi Otedola despise themselves because of religion? It's poor people that think that way. And you know, poverty is not lack of money alone.
All right.
It's a mindset. It's a frame of mind. And I want to advise our people, please, let's not be looking at everything from the religious lens.
It's really weighing us down.
You understand? There is this adage that says, "Namu ba LAP, innaka LAP ahukuntashi." So it will bring about a peaceful coexistence.
Yes, justice.
So, but when you have your brother defiling the law and you say, "This is my brother,"
because we belong to the same religion.
Do you understand? These cleavages we are creating, they won't take us anywhere.
All right. Commissioner, very quickly, and this one say good morning, Kubi, respectful professor. I read that one, and another one say good morning, Kubi, good morning, Professor PH Bameyi and your guest. Honestly, having appreciated all the great and excellent works being done by His Excellency Governor of Plateau State, he is up and doing to the people of Plateau, which he deserves every accolades. Please, sir, Honorable Commissioner, through you, we are beginning to complete the completion of Yanshanu Road, the completion of Yanshanu Road. I think the other part of your message is not too well read there. I apologize. And text messages very quickly. I commend government, Governor talk and do for taking bold steps to resettle IDPs. This will go a long way in avoiding the food insecurity in the state. Of their farmers. May God give the governor more wisdom to transform Plateau State. And it's coming from a Prince at Tina Junction. So another one here, very quickly, say good morning, Kubi, and our amiable, consistent, and passionate analyst, Professor Bamayi, and the Honorable Commissioner in the studio. Kudos for the wonderful analysis. Happy to hear so many developmental strategies that are going on that will be done. I pray this present government sustains what it is doing. The city is becoming cleaner, but yesterday I saw a lot of debris, AP filling stations. I don't know whether it is because of the public holiday. The JMDB should please do the needful. Please, local government workers have not received their palliatives. Peace is priceless. Let's live in peace. God bless Nigeria. Christy is from Unity from Rukubarot. Morning could be a prof and the commissioner. Kudos to the good work the governor is doing. Hope to see Mr. Project fix our bridges, most especially the protective iron on the bridge at AS Muhammad, close to Student Village. Thank you. Another one say, good morning, sir, about our road which link from Gangaret to Yandoya and Tudung OC. We want for completions. Okay, and another one very quickly. It's time already. Well done to Mr. Commissioner. Please, what is the government thinking about the 5-star hotel along Jude Road and the terminus market from Mr. Sule? Very quickly again, this one say could be a long time. Please bear with me. My family, we are back. Thank God. Honorable Ashon, point blank commissioner. Okay, please. We know how Unity FM's and Honorable Dasuki campaigned for governor. What are you doing for the road that links Unity FM? Please, my regards to Governor. Please never regret votes for next time. Hassan, thank you, Hassan. Hassan Garba, yes, my very own friend. Okay, and another one say, good morning. The presenter, Mr. Commissioner, you are indeed informed, but please kindly remember Anglujos in your developmental plans. That area can be linked up to Solomon Lara Amusement Park to reduce traffic pressure on old airport junctions. Salau, Aminu, Anglujos. I think this is the much we can take. I truly apologize we don't have time. I'll just give you this 3 minutes, Honorable Commissioner. Maybe you would want to respond and do some other things.
How I wish we have all the resources. As they are naming this route, mobilizing people to go on site. But it's quite different from what you see from outside. That's why some of us that have been social auditors, when we see the reality, sometimes when people speak, we try to enlighten them and educate them. This is something that relies on funds. And I will always say, Plateau State is in dire need of help, is in dire need of intervention. Yes, we've gotten an individual, a governor that came ready, but it is dependent on resources. We'll do our best as a government. We'll be as transparent as possible. That's why you saw when Follow the Money said about us, that of all the 36 states in this country, we are transparent about palliative. And people don't celebrate those things. It is when there is crisis, you begin to hear them give us interviews. No journalist has come to say, wow, you've done well. And we're going to be transparent from day one till the end. That is what we have become. That's what we've come to do. You know, our governor, I like the fact that our people trust him. So we will not throw the trust to the dogs. We'll make sure we do things that will harness the trust that the people have given us. You can hear people regretting not voting for us.
That is to say, if
there's an opportunity, so long as we are alive and we are still here, and God is still God, there's going to be another opportunity for you to cast your vote, so that at the end of the day, you will have.
Is this some campaign already?
It's not. People are saying it already. We didn't say it.
Thank you.
We didn't prompt them to say it. And for the places that are begging for development, we will come gradually. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner for Information, Plateau State, Nigeria. The AS bridge at Faringada, it needs an urgent intervention. No protective, it's just flat. lying down there. Please.
The Commissioner for Works, the Commissioner for Urban Development, the Plateau State Road Maintenance Agency, we're going to draw their attention immediately we leave the studio.
Thank you so much. Once again, Honorable Commissioner, the crew who made this possible, I truly appreciate your work. And from me, Petrusada Muyiji, call me Kubi and I'll be just fine. See you on Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
God bless Plateau State.
Amen.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.